channel. So as I said in my last video, if you saw that, I'll link it down below, but it was things that I found weird about Italians or Italy that are just not present in Australia. And one of the things I talked about was Italian superstitions and how they are very superstitious about certain things. A lot of them are the same or similar to, I guess, Australian superstitions that we say here, but there are a lot of different ones as well, which I wanted to talk about, and things that really surprised me as well, like to do with university and everything like that. So I'm going to get into those now, and definitely let me know if you're enjoying this series as well. I'd love to hear your feedback. So let's just get straight into the video today. So they have a lot of different superstitions about making toast with drinks, for example. So one of them is you don't make a toast, you don't cheers each other when it's water. So it's considered bad luck in Italian to cheers when it's a non-alcoholic drink. And also, if you have plastic cups, you're not allowed to touch the cups together when you cheers. So you actually have to put your, so this is this cup, this is this cup. You have to put your knuckles, and you have to bang those together instead of the actual plastic cup, because that's seen as bad luck as well. So the next one that I'm going to talk about, and if I'm looking down here, it's because I have them written down on my laptop. The second one is to do with university, and I was at a university called Università Cattolica, and they have certain superstitions. There's about, I think there's 3 main universities in Milan. There's Bocconi, Cattolica, and the University of Milan, and Politecnico. Cattolica, I'm going to speak for that one because that's the only one that I really know, but I know all of them have superstitions. So as you guys know, Italy is a very old country, and they have a lot of beliefs and traditions that stem back years and years ago. So it's kind of something that's been like passed down generation to generation. And these ones I found so funny. So they have like 2 main quadrangles where it's like the main courtyard, and it's like a cross. So you can either walk straight through this way, straight through this way, or you go like that way and then that way to the outside like classrooms. They say that if you walk straight through so if you walk like from one side to the other side without making like a turn, then you're not going to graduate. The second one is they have like different statues on the grassy areas, and they say that if you look the statues in the eyes, you're not going to graduate either. And then the other one is they have like when they're going into one of the indoor buildings where they hold like people's graduation dissertations and things like that, when you go up the stairs, there's like 2 pillars on each side, and you can walk either through the pillars or you can walk like on the outside of the pillars. So there's like a space in the middle and like a space on each side. And they say that if you walk through the middle of the pillars, then you're not going to graduate either. And you'll see, it's so funny because there'll be like a rush of people trying to go up the stairs to like get into this room, and no one will be walking through the middle. They'll just be walking through like the tiny little bits on the outside to get up the stairs. And it's like so inefficient, but it just shows how superstitious they are about certain things, especially to do with university and study and things like that. Oh, it's hilarious. And I went to walk like through the middle, and all the Italians were like grabbing me, being like, no, like you have to go around the sides. So yeah, that was hilarious. So the third thing that I'm going to talk about is having 13 people sitting around a table. Now 13 is considered quite an unlucky number, I guess globally. I don't know, like if you think of Friday the 13th, it's like meant to be a scary day because of that movie, you know. And 13, you hear a lot of hotels don't have like a 13th floor because it's meant to be haunted. It's meant to be like, it's meant to be just an unlucky number. So a lot of hotels either skip it or people like don't want to stay on it or something like that. In Italy, it's a similar thing. So if they have like a big lunch party or something, or it's Christmas or Easter or whatever, when they have a lot of people around the table at one time, if they have 13 people, that's not good. It's not good at all. It's considered really, really bad luck. And if you are sitting at a table with 13 people, never sit on the corner of the table because they say that if you sit on the corner, if you're that unlucky person sitting on the corner, then you're not going to get married. You're never going to find a husband or a wife. And there's another one about that as well, about the not getting married thing. So in Italy, they have like, I guess, a holiday in January. I think it's either the 6th or the 8th. I think the 6th or the 7th or 8th, I don't know. I can't remember, called Befana. And it's like, there's this witch, this Befana witch. And if the children are good, then they get like a stocking full of lollies on Befana. But if they're bad, they get a stocking full of coal, or like something bad like that, like carbon, they say. Or like random things like garlic or onion or something like that, that isn't very nice to eat on its own. The Befana, la Befana, rides a broomstick. And I believe this was like an old tale that people got from Befana, was that if someone's sweeping the floor and they touch your feet with the broom while they're sweeping, so if you like don't get out of the way while they're sweeping, then you're not going to get married. It's just not going to happen. I found that so funny as well. And you know, like, there's some truth to this. There are some elements of truth. You know, these superstitions come from somewhere. The Italians really, really believe it as well. It just says how embedded it is into their culture and how many generations and generations it's passed through. I find it so interesting, and it's like, it blows my mind actually. So there's two more that I'm going to talk about, and I guess they're kind of similar to the ones that we have in Australia or in English. They're similar things. It's like for wishing people good luck. They say in bocca al lupo, which literally translates to in the wolf's mouth, or in the mouth of the wolf. And if you think about it, I didn't understand it when I first heard it either, but I guess it's kind of like the equivalent to break a leg in English, in the sense that it's kind of like reverse, like saying the opposite to good luck to someone. So instead of directly saying good luck, you'll say like break a leg, because it's a superstitious thing. It's like reverse. I don't know how to explain it, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. It's the same thing in Italian. So if you're in the wolf's mouth, you're gonna need all the luck you can get, because otherwise it's gonna eat you alive. It's gonna tear you to shreds. So people will say like in bocca al lupo to wish someone good luck for something, and they'll reply with crepi or crepi, which means like, oh, like I hope so, or me too kind of thing. And the last one that I'm going to talk about is the knock on wood one. So they basically say a similar thing, but their translation is knock on iron. So basically it's like about jinxing something, I suppose. So if you say, oh, like I only get sick once a year, knock on wood, like hoping that it doesn't kind of change and you get sick, if that makes sense. It's kind of the same thing, what they say, knock on iron. I can't remember what the actual phrase is, but hang on, I'm actually gonna look it up. I have this app called Reverso Context. It's so good, highly recommend. Instead of Google Translate, because that often doesn't give you the right context for certain words. Colpo di ferro, knock on iron. I don't know, I actually can't remember the saying, but yeah, if you guys download Reverso Context, it's a really, really good app to help put words and sentences, words and phrases, sorry, in a sentence, like in the right context, because there are a few words and things like that Google Translate maybe won't put in the right context for you. So if you're wanting to learn a language, that I found that really, really helpful for like clarification on certain words and things like that. But that's all I have for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and make sure to subscribe for new videos every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.